do you think about when you hear African American Baptist? We at Fuller Seminary thought outspoken, God-fearing, charismatic. But is that all there is to it? The first stage of African American Baptist development began with the European colonization of America in the 17th century. Though Europeans themselves were seeking religious freedom, they began to force their ideals on what they thought was an inferior race. African American slaves were forced to attend church with their masters and continually heard Bible verses that enforced and justified their own oppression. European settlers also rationalized the subjugation of women, the control of resources, and rejection of other religious groups and cultures. African Americans first began attending church with their masters.
They were forced to sit in the back of the pews and make devotions to God and take communion after the white congregation members.
When slavery was abolished, African Americans celebrated their freedom and chose not to worship with white people.
African Americans in the North and Southern slaves in the South held secret meetings in order to worship freely. The Foreign Mission Baptist Convention was formed in Montgomery, Alabama in 1880. They had a deep longing to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with the world.
Its founders stressed preaching the gospel to all people as an answer to the shortcomings of what they felt was a segregating church.
One of the central leaders in this movement was Elias Camp Morris, who lived from 1855 to 1922.
He helped found the Foreign Mission Convention, which helped consolidate a number of other conventions.
One of the most important consolidations was the formation of the National Baptist Convention, which formed in Atlanta, Georgia in September of 1895.
This merger successfully combined the Foreign Mission Convention, the American National Baptist Convention, and the Baptist National Education Convention.
Most importantly, this African American Baptist Convention started sharing the gospel with all people groups, which paved the way for the civil rights movement in the mid-20th century.
On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to leave her seat on a public bus to make room for a white passenger. Parks was later arrested, tried, and convicted of disorderly conduct and violating a public ordinance.
I was arrested on December 1st, 1955 for refusing to stand up on the orders of the bus driver after the white seats had been occupied in the front. And of course I was not in the front of the bus, as many people have written and spoken that I got on the bus and took a front seat, but I did not. I took a seat that was just back of where the white people were sitting. And in fact, the last seat, and the man was next to the window, and I took an aisle seat, and there were two women across. And we went on undisturbed until about the second or third stop, when some white people boarded the bus and left one man standing. And when the driver noticed him standing, he told us to stand up and let him have those seats. He referred to them as front seats. And when the other three people, after some hesitancy, stood up, he wanted to know if I was going to stand. I told him I was not, and he told me he would have me arrested. And I told him he may do that.
While the decision to remain in her seat was only minor, that decision Rosa Parks made changed the landscape of America forever. As a result of Rosa Parks, a young Baptist minister named Martin Luther King Jr. came to the forefront as he organized the Montgomery bus boycott.
I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment, Yes, sir.
However frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed earth will rise again.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Yes, sir.
Because no lie can live forever.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Because you shall reap what you sow.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that scaffold sways the future.
Yes.
Behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
A protest made King a national figure, and gave him a platform as an African American Baptist minister to integrate his beloved theology of liberation with an American landscape in desperate need of liberation from segregation.
Today, the African American Baptist Church tradition encourages egalitarianism and democracy. Gone are the segregated water fountains and classrooms.
Through this, they are able to encourage one another in daily life.
Liberation theology is still preached in services, but the community has come together to encourage the younger generation that they can become whatever it is that they want to become. Their history reflects suppression, but God has delivered His children through a desert and proclaimed freedom from the chains.
Now, African American Baptists live lives of liberation, giving glory to God and praising the one who truly saved them.
We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will, and He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land.